डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Hello dear students, from Chaitanya Studio Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, I Dr. Shivang Patel, Associate Professor at School of Computer Science. Today's session we are discussing Unit-3 that describes very general purpose utility commands of Linux or Unix operating system. So it starts with our agenda. So the learning objectives: after studying this unit, you will able to understand some basic general purpose commands, record your terminal sessions. So command related with the terminal sessions recording, that will be also discussed. Then use of calculator utility in the Linux. Suppose you want to perform basic calculation, in that case which commands that can be used in Linux or Unix operating system, that we will also discussing. Now introduction, the general purpose utilities command that we are going to see in this session. So basically clear command that clears the screen. Then after script and script play, to record the session, to record whatever the activity is done by you, that can be recorded by this command. Few other commands like echo command, then after BC command, that is basic calculator. All these commands we are going to discuss in this session. So these are the general purpose utility commands, in which we are going to start with these commands: clear command, echo command, BC command, script command and history command. These are the commands that we are going to discuss in today's session. Now starts with the first one, that is clear command. So suppose in the terminal, or you are very well known with that black screen, if you are having or executing some of the commands, if you want to clear the data, in that case you have to use this command, that is clear. Simply you can write this clear command without any argument, then it will clear the screen. Just like in other operating system like CLS, that will clear the screen, same way in the Unix or Linux operating system you can use this clear command. Normally this command used without any argument. If you are applying or writing some of the argument, it will simply ignore and clear the screen for you. You can see in the screen, say for example some multiple commands that you are executing, say for example date, that will display the current date and time. Then after pwd, that will display the current working directory. Then after ls, it will show you the current directories and whatever the folders or files available in the current directory. Right now there is no file or directory, that's why it display nothing. So all these commands that we have discussed in the previous units, right? Now suppose you want to clear the screen. So our command clear, that is clear without any argument, you are pressing, you can see here, you will get the clear screen and only the prompt will be displayed, right? So the clear command that can be used to clear the screen. The syntax is only clear command. Now we are moving with the next command, that is echo command. Very important command. Normally any user wants to print something, right? Or if you want to write some message, if you want to write some text data, if you write some string data, in that case you have to use this echo command. Normally this command can be used in two ways. One, to print on the terminal. Say for example on the black screen or on the terminal you want to print some message. In that case you have to write this echo command, and then after whatever message you want to print, you have to write after echo command. So it will print the same message on the screen for you. Second utility, suppose you are creating a program in the shell, you can say that the shell programming, in which you want to print something on the output, standard output, that is your terminal screen, or you want to redirect your output to the file. In that case also that echo command can be used, right? So we will see one by one. The syntax is echo, then after options and the string. Here option is optional. Suppose you want to change some behaviors in whatever the printing pattern, in that case you are using these options. There are multiple options are there, we will discuss few of them. Then after the string, or the message or the text that you want to print, that you have to write after the option, right. So you can see here first option, that is /b. Now that /b is nothing but the backspace. Whenever you are using the backspace key on the keyboard, it will delete or remove one character. Same way, suppose you want to remove a single character or say space or any other character that you don't want, in that case you are using this /b option. Now we will see, suppose you want to print something, then you can write echo, and then after in double quotation you can write hello, welcome to Linux general purpose commands, then complete the double quotation. Now this message will be printed by using the echo, right. Now suppose I would like to use with option, that is /b. So I have to use option E, that enables the backspace character. Now we will see both the way. If you are not using E, then what happen? Suppose I am writing hello, then after I have misprint some of the character, say for example X here, and then after world. Then what happen? It will print hello X world. Here X is wrongly typed. So suppose I would like to remove that thing, right. In that case I can use here this command. After X I am using /b. Now press enter. Here it is the forward slash. We have to use the backward slash. Then after you can see this will be printed as it is, right, X backward slash or the forward slash. That means what? Whatever the character you are printing or you are typing, that will be displayed as it is. Now suppose you want to use those as an option, in that case you have to use E option before using any of these escape sequencing. Now what is escape sequencing? So whatever the character that you are using after backslash, that will be considering as the escape characters. They are having some special meaning. If you are not using E option, then they will be printed as it is. But if you are using this E option, in that case what happen? You can see hello, then after X, that is wrongly typed, /b, and then world. See, the effect is not there because we are using the forward slash. Now we have to use it change to the backward slash. So if you want to use any escape sequencing, in that case you have to use backward slash. So mind well, two types of slash, but if you want to use escape sequencing, you must have to use backward slash. Now you can see the command again, echo, then after hyphen or dash sign, then E, that is the option. In double quotation I have used hello, then after X, then backward slash B and the world. So what is the utility of backward slash B? It will remove the previous character, right. So X will be removed and the output will be printed. Same way, suppose you want to remove the space. So I am removing here X, simply the space will be there and press enter. So it will remove the space also. So whatever the character, it may be white space, it may be any of the letter or any of the digit, that can be removed whenever you are using /b. It is nothing but the backspace in your keyboard, right. So I think you are clear with this command, this option, that is /b. Now move with the another option. Here example is given that we have already done with the practical. This is a /b Linux server. So A, that will be wrongly typed. So after executing this command, that will be removed. You can see also here the space can be removed with the help of /b. E, that we have discussed, that enabling the backspace sequencing, or you can say that the character sequencing, escape sequencing, that can be enabled by using the E option. Without E, the character printed as it is, you are writing in the echo command. Next option is /n, that is for the new line. If you want to create a new line, whenever you are typing some of the text, some of the string, in that case you have to use /n. So again we are moving with our example. So you can use echo, then after hello, then I am using /n. Remember, backslash you have to use, not the forward slash, and then after world, that is the another string. Whenever you are pressing enter, again this will be printed as it is. So what we have to change here? We have to use here E option, because if you are not using E, all the characters are printed as it is, but whenever you are using E, then the backslash will be considering as backslash escape sequencing. So whatever the character after backslash, that will having some specific meaning, and that will be only executed when you are using this E option. So I am changing, or I am adding here that option E. Then after you can see both the strings that can be in the new line, because we have used /n, right? So this is the example. Here multiple /n you can use. Next option is /t. If you want to, in that case you are using /t. You want to add some tab space or horizontal space, you are requiring /t. Suppose you want to require some vertical space, in that case you can use /v. So you can do it yourself. It is very easy commands, easy options. /t for horizontal tab and /v for vertical tab. Next option, that is asterisk or star. So as we have discussed, suppose you want to list whatever the directories or the files available in the current directory, you are using ls command, directory related command or file related command, ls command, that will list all the directories and files available. So if you don't want to use ls, another alternative you can use echo and the star. The same functionality that will be fulfilled by this option. We can see, first of all we are clearing the screen by using clear command, as we have mentioned in the our first command, clear, to clear the screen. Then you are checking this ls command. Right now we are not having any of the directories or the file. So first you can create the directory by using mkdir command. Say for example I am creating one directory dir1, then after I am creating another directory with dir2, right? I am creating few files. So as we have discussed in the previous session, to create the file you can use the cat command, then after the greater than sign. Say for example I am giving the name file1.txt, write some content, hello, these are the my contents, then control D for saving the file. Now you want to see the content, you can use simply cat and the file 1.txt. So you can see the content. Now you can check which are the directories or files available in the current directory. So which is my current directory? With the help of pwd, you can see this is my current directory. Now I can check with the help of ls. Now you can see these are the two directories just we have created, dir1 and dir2, and the file we have created, that is file1.txt. So this same functionality I would like to represent with the help of echo command. In that case you can write echo and simply star or asterisk. You can see here the same output will be generated with the help of this option in the echo command, right? I think you are clear with this star option. Now next command, that is bc command. Now you can see there, say that the bc command, it is used for basic calculator. You can say that it is the bench command also. If you want to perform simple arithmetic calculation or some complex arithmetic calculations, in that case you can use this bc command in Linux or Unix based operating system. Now suppose the syntax bc, then after option and the file. So options that may vary according to your requirement, which kind of operations you want to perform. Accordingly you have to change these commands also. The basic options, that is C and L, and then after the file name, that is again optional. If you are not entering the file name, directly the prompt will open and you can perform whatever the operation you want to perform. Now in this option we have seen C, that is compile only option. So whenever you are executing this bc command, when the C flag, that is specified, So the output from the BC command goes to the standard output. Standard output is nothing but your terminal. So whenever you are using this BC command, your output should be displayed on the terminal by using C command. Now remember one thing, this BC command that can be available in few of the versions. It may be possible, suppose you are having some different emulator or some different versions of Linux or Unix, that command cannot be available. In that case, you cannot able to execute these operations by using this BC command. So first of all, you can check whether the BC command is available or not in your system, right? So you can see here, if you want to display, you want to check the BC command is available or not. So first of all, we are just clearing the screen so you can get more idea, you can get more space. Just you are pressing the BC command. So BC is not found here, you have to install it first. You can write install BC, so it will be now installed. Mind well, you are having the internet connectivity and you are having all the rights to install these commands. In that case, you can able to execute this command. So while installing, yes, the installation is done. We are just clearing the screen. Whenever you are using this BC command, it will prompt you. Now it is ready to take input, right? Now suppose you are entering some arithmetic operation, say for example 7 plus 8, and then after press enter. So it will display the output. So whatever the arithmetic operation you want to perform, you just have to write here. Say for example you want to perform some division operation, 8 divided by 4. Go out to that particular BC command. In that case, you can press Ctrl Z. So whenever you are pressing Ctrl Z, you will move to your original command. Now we are moving with some options. C, that is compile only option. L, that is used for mathematical or some functions library that you want to add with your commands, right? So we are moving with here. Again, I am executing BC command. Now I would like to perform some division operation. Say for example 5 divided by 3. In this case, it will display only the integer data, right? So the floating point data or the fraction data, that cannot be available here. In that case, you have to add some of the libraries or some library functions or mathematical libraries. In that case, you have to use this L option to print that particular fraction data, right? So before that, there are two alternatives. You can use here scale option also. By default, the scale value is 0. Now I am changing the value scale equal to 2. Then after I am using the same operation 5 divided by 3. So you can see here the output will be changed from integer to fraction data, right? So you have to set the value of scale here. Now suppose you don't want to use this command in the BC. In that case, you can merge this command with the echo command also, right? So you can see here on the screen, suppose you want to use that option scale, then you can use echo scale equal to 2. That is, after decimal point you are requiring 2 digits, and then after whatever operation you want to perform, that you can write. Then after use pipeline symbol, BC command, and then after space and the L option. Now we are moving with our prompt, Ctrl Z for moving out of this command. Now using this thing echo, then after use the same operation. Say for example, I am using here 2 plus 2, right? So as you already aware, echo will print whatever the message you have inputted. But suppose this operation, this mathematical operation you want to perform, in that case, you have to use this command with BC. So if you want to merge multiple command, there is an option called pipeline. You can use pipeline symbol to merge multiple command. So if you don't want to print that message, you want to print the output. In that case, you are using 2 plus 2. This is normal echo command. Then after use pipeline symbol, then after use BC command, right? So what is the utility of this pipeline? It will merge multiple commands, and whatever the output of one command, that will be redirected as an input to another command. So what happened here? Echo 2 plus 2, the output that will be passed to the BC command, and the BC command that is basically used for basic calculations, and it will print whatever the output. So you can see on the screen, now your output will be 4. Previously, without using BC, the output is whatever the message 2 plus 2 that will be considering as string, not the arithmetic operations, right? Now you can see these are the different operators or operations that can be supported by that option BC command. Now Q, that is the quiet option. Now you observe that whenever you are using this BC command, some of the information regarding this BC command that will be displayed. Now user wants to don't display that particular information. In that case, you are using Q option. So BC command directly used whatever the prompt from the user without displaying whatever the information. You can see here clear. You can observe whenever I am using this BC, this data or this information that will be displayed. Then after some of the operations that I can perform, then Control Z to move out from this BC. Now I am using BC command with Q option, that is quiet. So you can observe here in previous case, these few lines or few information of BC command that will be displayed. But if you want to ignore, if you want to see, don't want to see that information, you can simply use that Q option. So this information cannot be displayed and you can use whatever operation you want to perform, right? Next option, that is I option, that is interactive option. Now if you are using this option, the BC command directly prompts for input to the user. Now next is important thing, two arguments, I base and the O base. Now you already aware that number system, there are 4 number system, binary, then after decimal, octal and the hexadecimal. Suppose you want to convert some number or you want to change the data from one number system to another number system. In that case, these 2 arguments that can be used, I base that is input based and O base that is output based. Now user entering the input, that is in which system that represented by I base. Suppose I am entering the data in decimal system, then my I base is 10. Suppose I am entering the data in binary system, then my I base is 2, that is for binary. Now the same way, suppose I am requiring my output in decimal, then O base equal to 10. Suppose I would like to get output in that binary, in that case the O base is 2. Now you can see the example, I base equal to 10, that is my input data is in the decimal number system, O base equal to 2, that is whatever the output generated by the command, that is in the binary form. So whenever in the BC command I am entering the data 5, that is will be considering as decimal, and BC command will convert that into the binary, that is 101, right? You can see this also, O base equal to 2. Suppose I am entering 10, then the output will be converted into binary. Again executing BC command, now I base equal to 10. Suppose I am entering the data 5, then after O base that is equal to 2, then I am entering the data that is 5, that will be equivalent to 101, right? So I base and the O base, 2 arguments that can be used here, I base for input and O base for the output. Now you can see here few more examples. Now echo 3 plus 2, then after BC that we have already discussed. By default the scale value is 0. If you want to display the output in fraction part, in decimal places, you have to mention the value for that scale. Now few more examples related with this BC command. I base equal to 2, 1111 BC and then after the option L, and the default base that is the decimal. So it will convert that data into decimal. So if you want to convert binary to decimal, you have to use here this command. Another is O base equal to 2. Then what happen? output that you are requiring in the binary. So you are entering O base equal to 2. The input base by default here it is decimal. So if you want to convert decimal to binary, that is here in this example, if you want to convert decimal 15 into binary, in that case you are using this command O base equal to 2, and whatever your data it is in the decimal 15, it will convert into the binary. Then after, if you want to change the base, because the default base is decimal, now you want to convert from binary to octal, right? So I base equal to 2, that means whatever data entered by the user that will be in binary format, you want to convert into octal, that's why you are using this O base equal to 8, and then after you are entering some value 10. So it is not the 10, but in binary it is 10, and the output of this command, it will convert that 10 into the octal format, right? The if condition that you already aware in basic programming language, if the condition is satisfied, then some group of statement will be executed, and if the condition is not satisfied, few other whatever the statements that will be executed. In our example, suppose here two values we are giving, n equal to 8 and m equal to 10. Both the values are separated by the semicolon. So if you want to enter multiple values, they are all separated by the semicolons, right? Again we want to execute the if command. So before that we have to separate it with the semicolon. Now if n greater than m, the value will be taken from here, n equal to 8 and m equal to 10, it will check here, and then after the print option, or you can also use the echo option. Print option also works in some of the shell, bash shell or C shell. In some of the shell it may not work, right? So print n, then after is greater /n, that is for new line, and else print m is greater. Then after you are using the loop also. So in while loop or the for loop, you can use this BC command for the calculation. So in the any of the loop, you are requiring increment or decrement section. In that case you are requiring this. So first of all you are initializing some variable with some value. Here in our example I equal to 1. The while loop, I less than or equal to 10. So here it will check I that is less than or equal to 10, and if the condition satisfied, in that case it will print the value of I that will be displayed in curly bracket, and then after semicolon I equal to or plus equal to 1, that is shorthand operator we are using. So these arithmetic operation that can be done with the help of BC command. So we are using after pipeline the BC command. So this command will print the value 1 to 10. This is for while loop. Now for same thing we want to display using the for loop. So here in the for loop I plus plus, that is increment operation, that will be happened with the help of BC operation, right? So now today's session we are concluding here that clear and the BC command. We have seen also few of the options of echo command also. In the next subsequent sessions we are moving with some more general utility commands of Unix or Linux operating system. Till then keep learning. Thank you.